So yo, it's your boy Time Out, man, y'all, and I'm back again with another one, man. You know what I'm saying? And y'all, man, this one right here this is gonna be a loose one right here, man. It's gonna be a loose conversation. You know what I'm saying? I'm just cause I've been looking at my views, right, and I noticed the last live that I did, I talked about Erica Campbell and Warren Campbell and Nick Cannon. And when I talked about it, I got like 200 views on that joint, yo. I was like, yo, that joint is crazy, yo. 200 freaking views, man. Like, I mean, I know that's small numbers to to some of y'all or whatever, you know. Y'all might look at it as small, you know, but that's pretty big to me. It's pretty huge. So, man, I'm gonna say I appreciate the viewers, man. I wish I could have got like 200 subscribers off of that, man. You know, I wish y'all would have came and doggone added some, value to me just for watching your boy. You know, that would have been cool, you know. Like I noticed it was only like one comment on that whole joint, which is crazy, you know. But it's all good, you know. You know what I'm saying, man? But yeah, I just noticed that right there. That was something that threw me off. I was like, dang. I was like, yo, that junk got 200 doggone views. Like crazy work. For real, man. But yeah. So man, also I want to give a special shout out to Tanya. You know who you are. Retina, I think that's how you pronounce it. I want to give a special shout out to her. She downloaded the Iconic Legacy album. I emailed her personally the free album. I sent it to her free, whatever. Shout out to you, Tanya, for supporting your boy, man. You always been a huge supporter. So, I want to give a shout out to you, y'all. So, word up, straight up, man. That's how I'm feeling right here, man. But yeah, so it was interesting, man. Like, I was like, dang, I wonder what people went there looking for when they went to that where I was talking about Nick Cannon, Erica Campbell, and Warren Campbell. I wonder what they went there looking for. Cause I hope if they went there looking for me to be talking about some negativity or anything concerning the stuff with Tina Campbell and Teddy Campbell. Well, actually, Tina, I forgot like what was her married name. I think she kept her last. I don't know. Anyway, if they came there looking for tea, man, I ain't had no tea for you. I'm sorry. There was no tea there. All it was is just we talking about the conversation about God, and the Bible, and there's a lot of stuff that I missed even in that conversation. A lot of different things, the wars that I was talking about, the Roman Catholic wars that had to do with the that's my phone going off, It never seems to amaze me. As soon as I get on here to do a live, that phone just goes off, right? Sometimes it gets aggravating, potential spam, y'all. One live I'm gonna do a whole live where I just answer potential spam calls and I'm about to doggone just gaslight them the whole way. That's one live I'm gonna do. It's coming, so look forward to that. But yeah, so with the wars I was talking about, the Roman Catholic wars, it was what was the name of that thing? It was called the Christian Crusades. The Christian Crusades. That was the name of it, right? So the Christian Crusades is where they went across the world trying to get nations to convert to Christianity and to drop what they originally worship or their original religion was, original lifestyle, whatever it was, they wanted to convert them. So that's what it was. It was called the Christian Crusades. And also, let's get into King James a little bit. All right, King James was King James was Yeah, he King James was a wild boy. You know what I'm saying? He was responsible for doing lot of stuff. First off, I want to say this about him. All right, King James had a concubine, right? And it was not a female concubine. It was a male concubine uh, by the name of Caesar Borgia, right? Caesar Borgia was his concubine. You know what I'm saying? So, and the reason why the King James Bible was authorized is not because of what we think. You know, when we hear that King James was authorized, right? We hear it, we automatically assume the best when we hear that. Let me explain to you what the authorization was, right? So basically, King James, he said, all right, my book is going to be the only book that y'all need to read. And if y'all try to, if anybody tries to put out anything other than what I say, then you're going to get dealt with. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that authorization was. It was not nothing as far as like God handed down King James the authorization. No, it had nothing to do with that. Nothing, absolutely nothing to do with it. You know, I don't know why we get caught up with, is that the King James Bible? You know, we get caught up in that whole King James, you know, King James, that's the real one. We only read out of that, you know. We get caught up in the semantics of it all. And that's crazy. It's real crazy, man. It's diabolical. You know, so, and all of this, you know, this just comes from reading, man. Like, you read outside sources and you read what was going on during the times. Like, if you are a true historian, like in the Bible times, you look and you say, what else, what other books came out during that time, and let's bump them against each other, and let's see what's going on, you know, so you can understand the temperature, you know, of the temperature of the sequential events, how they all happen, you know. So when you understand the temperature, when you understand what was going on during that time in history, then a lot of things start popping out at you and they start making more sense. You know what I'm saying? Because we're so quick to take what was said at face value and believe it, man. Like we're just quick to believe it at face value without doing any rational reasoning or understanding of it. You know, absolutely. You know, like we just read it and we automatically assume that, oh yeah, that's 100%. Like another thing that Warren said, I wanted to point out that he said that people were in the book validating what other people said. Okay, so let's deal with that, right? So I wanna say this, and this is no shade to Warren whatsoever. I'm just just using my mind to think cognitively. So let's say, for instance, if I wrote a book and I had a made up character in this book, right? And then somebody comes along and then they add to the book and they create another made up character, and they use that made up character to validate what the other character said. Like, both of them are still made up characters. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that. No, I'm not saying that, you know, that may or may not be the case with the Bible. But what I'm saying is, if other people in the Bible validate other people in the Bible, then who's validating the people in the Bible outside of the Bible? Think about that. If that makes sense, like, think about it. Like, who's validating it outside of the Bible? You know what I'm saying? And that, like I said, no shade, you know. I just want people to think about it, man. Just to think about it. Like my uncle Melvin, he used to say, "Boy, use your head for more than a hat rack." Yo, so basically, he said, just don't use your head to wear a hat. You know, use your head to think, to problem solve, to reason. You know, shout out to Uncle Melvin too, man. Yo, shout out to him for real. But yeah, that's what he used to say. Use your head for more than a hat rack. You know, and that's what we need to do. We need to use our head for more than just a hat rack. Like, don't sit there and just don't be gullible to every single situation that comes your way. You can't be gullible with it. You have to actually use your head. Think outside the box. You know, you got to be you have to be more than just a surface dweller when it comes to the things that you believe in and that you hold dear. You have to question things. You have to question things, man. You got to. You got to. I mean, you got to. I mean, think about it. Like, if if even a baby that's getting close to danger, like say if a baby is about to put his hand on a heater, right? That baby has no knowledge that the heater is hot. But once that baby touches the heater, them signals is automatically gonna let him know that that's hot, right? And he gonna start crying, and then he's gonna be programmed to that is hot. I do not need to touch it. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to bounce off things. That's the correct term that I'm looking at. Like, okay, I used to go to church at a church called Greater New Hope Christian Association, right here in Lancaster, South Carolina, and we had a term that we used when it came to if you're about to make a major decision, you want to bounce off that with one of your brethren, right? That's what we do. We go to the brother, say, yo man, look, I got this and this and this going on, whatever, blah blah blah. You know, can you like what do you think I should do? And then your brother, if he be a man of God and if he be following the word, he's gonna give you what the Bible says. And then at that point, you go say, okay, all right, well, I need to thank you for clearing that up for me. You will go on. So that's that's something that stuck with me, you know, even inside and outside of the Bible, because you want to bounce off things with people who you look up to that have proven that they have a knowledge base on whatever it is that you're asking about. You know, if I never was married and I needed advice about before getting married, I need to go to somebody that's married and get insight on that, right? If so you want to go to somebody who has knowledge on it, right? Or at least somebody who was about to get married. You know, you wouldn't go to a complete person who never been married, doesn't care about getting married. You wouldn't go to them to ask you a question, because they're not going to give you an answer that's going to be conducive to helping you out. It wouldn't be a fair deduction. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't be able to deduce a great answer from that. You know, so that's why you have to when it comes to things that you hold dear, things that you believe in, you know, have you ever just really sit with yourself and said, why do I believe that? Like, why do I think that way? What has happened in my past that caused me to be the way that I am? Like, if you do that, like, have you ever because more than likely, what happens is there are things that happen in your past that have molded and shaped you to be the person that you are. It's things that's happened, that cause you to act the way that you act. And a lot of people, we spend so much time looking outside of ourselves for a lot of the answers that we need in life, when really and truthfully you can look inside and you can get more of a different outcome by looking inside to try to find your answers. You know, because everybody in this world is a part of God. They're a part of God. We are a piece of the Creator. Everybody in this whole world. You know what I'm saying? We are the mind of God. That's how that works. And this is like, out of all my getting in the Bible, that's the one thing that I know, that we all are a part of God. So therefore, why would you treat your brother or sister bad when your brother and sister is really a part of you? That goes that and that doesn't. I'm not talking about your literal brother or your literal sister. I'm talking about everybody in this world. Like we are all part of something huge. And once you understand that, then you realize, okay, would I treat myself bad in this situation? Like, say if somebody comes to you and they say, "Oh man, I got this going on, or whatever, man. Could you help me?" And you say, okay, would I treat myself bad in this situation, or would I help this individual? And if you choose to show love, then you're doing nothing but storing up good karma, if you will, for your own life. That's what you're doing. And a lot of people don't believe in karma, but I tell you what, the saying, what goes around comes back around. It's been around here longer than I ever been living, and longer than everybody that's watching me has been living. That saying it came out for a reason, and that's because karma is a real thing. It's a real thing, So, but that's all I really got for y'all, man. I just wanted to talk, just do some open conversation and some dialogue, concerning those issues, different things, with the Bible and the people in the Bible, and a lot of the things that a lot of people have learned and got accustomed to, whatever. I just wanted to shed a little bit of light on those topics. I know a lot of Christians might come for me on this I know they might come for me, but it's fine. It's fine, I don't care if you say something bad in the comments or whatever, it's totally all right with me. But if you ever want to debate about it, we can debate about it. We can debate on live, straight up, and we'll have a debate, and I'll definitely take you up on it, So that's what I wanted to say. I just want to talk about that. And that's all I got for y'all, man. I'm gonna go ahead and close this thing out, y'all. That's what it is right here. It's your boy Time Out, T Matrix. Just wanted to talk about that right there. Peace.